Marks for Marks Remarks. Hopefully you're having a phenomenal time. Really want to say thank you for all the love that everybody have shown me on my videos. Thank you for all your comments. Really appreciate it. I try to take time to read them all. Sometimes there's too many and I can't read them all, but I do appreciate the love and I appreciate all the feedback that you have been giving me. So today I'm going to talk about something that is crucially important, something that is life-changing, something that will help you in the future. Today I'm talking about I fail, now what? I fail, now what? Now for me, this is the beginning of a school year. There will be times where I might make a decision as an administrator, as a leader, that when I reflect back on it, it may not have been the best decision, or I may have missed the deadline, or I may have not hit the mark the way I wanted to hit it. In a sense where I'm saying I went after something and I didn't get that goal that I was reaching for. So what do you do when you fail? How do you respond to that? It's so important that you know that attitude determines altitude. The way you believe and how you feel and how you perceive things will determine how far you'll go in life. So my attitude is going to determine my altitude. So when failure comes, what do I do with that failure? Now, for you who's watching this video, you might be an athlete, you might be a student, you might be, you might just work, not just work, but you might have a 9-to-5 job, you might be a college student. Wherever you are, there's opportunities where failure may come, and depending on how we react to that failure is going to determine where we end up in life. So, in your situation, for my athletes, for my football players, this is the beginning of the football season. You might have a situation where you and your team just took a loss, or you dropped the pass in the end zone and you caused your team to lose the game, or you missed that sack and the quarterback threw the ball for 50 yards and they won the game because you missed that tackle. For my students, you may have studied real hard and got a failure grade on your exam the beginning of the school year, or you wrote a paper and you didn't make it, or you got into you let somebody get under your skin and affect you to a point where you go off the deep end and end up getting into a confrontation with them and get suspended. Anything could be the situation. For the folks who have a job, you may have missed the deadline. So you may have got into it with your wife or your husband, or you didn't say something right with your children. Nevertheless, there's a failure that happened. It wasn't the desired goal that you wanted, the desired outcome that you wanted, and now it's presenting itself as a failure. First thing I learned is that failures that I've had typically aren't failures, they're opportunities for me to learn. So what I have learned in life is that when things don't go favorably, when things don't go in my favor, it's that southern accent sometimes. Trying to enunciate certain words are difficult for me. So when things don't go in my favor, what I've learned is that they're opportunities, they're learning opportunities for me. I take that situation and then I learn from it. What do you learn? I learn how to deal with disappointment. I learn how to make better decisions. I learn how to get perseverance and resilience built up on the inside of me. I learn things from that. I get to learn different circumstances, different situations. So when failure presents itself, don't always, what I would suggest, what I try not to do is I don't try to go negative, where I say, woe is me, or this is the end, or oh my God, this is so bad. What I do is I try to keep it positive. I look at how can I make this better. So I look at the positive. I look at what I could have done differently, what I can learn from that situation, because there's always a learning opportunity. I think in life, there's always learning opportunities. Second thing is, depending on the failure, how long it takes, I give myself 24 to 48 hours to mourn it. Small failures, maybe a few hours. Big failures, up to 48 hours. I remember one time when I was taking my administrative certification, I passed one exam but then failed the other exam. I gave myself 48 hours. That exam cost me close to $400 to take, and I failed it in a year. There's no refund. There's no, oh, you failed it, so I'm going to give you your money back. No, it's you failed it, you out of the money. So I failed that test, and I gave myself 48 hours. I restudied. I paid another $300 to $400, and I took the test again, and I passed it. It was a learning curve for me. It was a learning opportunity. But if I would have remained negative, if I got negative and said, "Oh no, woe is me," and this isn't right, and this isn't right, and people didn't like me because of my name, or whatever excuse we use when we're failing, then I would have stayed in that negative place. So what I did is I used it as a learning opportunity. I mourned it, meaning that I took some time, I buried it, I killed it, I got rid of it. Then the next thing I did is I forgot about the actual failure, and then I started using that energy that I had, that bad feeling that I had, to then start to create another plan so that I can be successful in the future. So I want you to know, all of my folks that are following me and that listen to me, failure will present itself. That's inevitable. It's how we respond to failure is what's going to determine how we go about this year and how you go about this new season in your life. Do not let failures or bump in the roads stop you from obtaining a goal that you say that you want. But you have to have a goal. You have to set something aside. You have to say, this is what I want. Because if you don't have a goal and you don't have a destination point, then anything to do. If you don't have a destination point saying that you want to be successful, or you want to get high grades, or you want to be a champion, or you want to be this or be that, then is it really a failure or a loss to you? Any end goal will do for you because you don't have a destination point that you even want to get to in the first place. So for me, I have many goals that I set in front of me, and there's times where I'm reaching for a goal or I'm going after and doing something, and it just doesn't work out for me. Not that I didn't reach the goal, but there were bumps in the road that make me want to doubt myself. So when that presents itself, again, I use it as a learning opportunity. I take 24 to 48 hours to mourn it. I use the energy and the negative feeling that I have to then act as fuel to make better decisions. And then lastly, I think I said this in another video, but it's worth saying again, I start to put new positive thoughts in my mind so that I won't think about the negative thoughts. So what do you mean by that? I start to then use words of affirmation so that it can take away or wash away the old negative thoughts. Because what happens when you fail or you don't do good at something, what happens is your mind starts to play tricks on you, tell you, well, you can't do this, you won't be successful, this will never happen to you. So what you have to do is start telling yourself, no, I can do this, I will do this is going to be a great year, it's going to be a great week, it's going to be a great day. You have to start to take those negative thoughts and then make them into positive thoughts, and that's up to you. So if you failed, if you have had a rough week, if you didn't get the right grade, if you had an issue with your boss, you had a bad game, what I want you to do is follow those few things that I gave you. Stand up, get back up, dust yourself off, brush yourself off. There's power when you get back up. There's strength when you get back up. I always, when my babies were young, when they would fall on the ground, I wouldn't always run to them. I wanted to see them get up, because there's something that happens when you push yourself off the ground. When you push yourself up off the ground, you build triceps, your pectorals will get built, your core muscles are built. So many other aspects, so many positive things happen when you get back up. So if you failed at anything, if you had any bumps in the road this week, last week, what I want to tell you right now is to get back up. You're going to be successful. Stand up and follow those things that I gave you. Bury it. Forget about it. Move past it. Use that negative energy as positive energy to do something successful. And start changing those negative thoughts with positive thoughts with positive affirmation. So until next time, if this video helped you, if you enjoyed it, if you want to stand up with me and knowing that failure may happen, and this has helped you, do me a few favors. Take your mouse, click the subscribe button, hit the share button, throw some positive comments in there. I'm reading your positive comments. Throw some comments in there. Show me some love. And till next time, peace.